Well. I see you took my advice, but you'll still need to keep what was given to you, as the scenes of horror grow even more unimaginable. Prince and Freddy will continue to be your tour guides on this carousel of hell, only as long as you keep your nightlight close by to keep the black-eyed children at bay, the poltergeist calm, and the night crawlers hidden. Hit the lights and sit back as we welcome you to Nightlight, a horror movie podcast.
I'm Prince, also known as Head Knight.
And I'm Freddy, also known as Night Night.
And this is Nightlight, a horror movie podcast. Keeping things going.
Hell yeah.
Actually, we're ending off this month right here with our best friend horror month, also known as we're just friends, right? I don't know. Are we after this month? I don't think none of these people should be friends with each other.
I don't think so.
That's kind of the conclusion I've come to.
They are not good friends in this month at all.
No, they're not good friends, not even a little bit. So there's that. But this month is going to be concluded by our Ghoulish Nights Selects. If you would like to participate in the next film for us to watch at the end of the month, you can go do so by heading over to patreon.com/nightlightpod. That's Night with a K. Now, we had two particular films going head to head, one in which both Freddie and I thought was just going to be a slam fucking dunk. Boy, were we wrong. We had Final Destination 3 versus a very obscure indie film called Super Dark Times. Now, I feel like Super Dark Times has gotten a lot more popular in recent years because of TikTok. Like, a lot of people have been talking about it, how like fucked up it is. Like, oh, this movie starts off as a normal coming of age story until it happens. Then it's Super Dark Times. So I feel like it's gotten a lot of buzz based off of that lately, and that might possibly be the reason why it won. But I truly deeply thought that Final Destination 3 was going to be the one to win. But boy, were we wrong. We got to put that on there again
without a doubt.
Point for sure.
Oh yeah, I was like, I love Final Destination 3. I can't wait to talk about it. Obviously,
I genuinely thought I thought
definitely not.
Okay, so each month, like I never know. I never know which one is going to win, but sometimes I make a good guesstimate. And usually when I'm making a guess, I will fill in the name for our watch list of what we're going to watch. So Freddie knows that, oh, okay, cool. This is the one that we're going to watch. So this is what we're going to talk about. So I make sure to do that as soon as the poll ends. Well, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be a slam dunk on Final Destination 3. Everybody's going to want Final Destination 3. I typed in Final Destination 3 and something told me, I was like, just fucking check. Dude, there were 78% of people who wanted Super Dark Times. And
Which
I
is
was like,
huge.
What?
Huge difference.
It
in
was
percentages.
I was flabbergasted. My gasted was flabbered. So I didn't understand truly what was going to happen there, but I digress. Still a fun movie nonetheless. Well, fun's not the right word for this movie. Still a movie nonetheless.
It's still a movie.
Still a movie. It's still a movie nonetheless. But first and foremost, Freddie, no EVPs on this episode, by the way. Sorry, excuse me. Quick plug for the EVPs. If you'd like to also participate and have your voice on the show, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/nightlightpod. That's Night with a K, to go ahead and have your voice associated with our voice on the show. And we're a culmination of voices on the show together. That would be great. I would love to hear ya.
Join us.
Join us.
Do it.
Trying my best to sound like Pinhead. Join us now. Yeah. So yes, by all means, if you would like to go ahead and participate in that, we would love to hear from you. And but no EVPs this week, which totally fine. But first and foremost, Freddie, thoughts on Super Dark Times? First time watch for you.
Yes, it was really cool because as I love doing the podcast for this reason, is kind of going into these movies completely blind and not knowing too much about them. This was definitely one of those movies on the list where I'm just like, cool, I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to even look at the premise. I'm just going to jump in and have fun with it. And Yeah, this is a movie. Exactly what you kind of said. I did enjoy a lot of aspects of this movie. I think there is a lot to kind of take apart. And I think this is a great conversational movie too, to like break down and talk about. It's just a lot of stuff also just didn't work for me, or at least that didn't connect with me. And
Sure.
the way kind of like the story was unfolding, I kind of saw where it was going. I'm just like, why? And we'll talk about it. And we had a little bit of a conversation while I was coming down here where you kind of felt the same way, but we'll deep dive into it. But I do feel like this movie was trying to do a lot and never stuck with one idea as well. Where, yeah, exactly what you said. In the beginning of the movie, it's a completely different tone, and as it should be before it flips on its head and goes into a dark times. I wish it leaned more on the mental health aspect of the after effects and the haunting of the action of what happens.
Sure.
And I will say this too, when the thing happens, without spoiling it for now until we talk about it, I was completely hooked in. I was like, that was fucked. Like, this was terrible. I screamed.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, I knew that was about to happen, and it happened, and it's like...
It's a very shocking moment.
It's visceral. It's very effective. It's a very effective scene, and then after that, it just never held up to that moment. It kind of started unraveling and falling apart a little bit, and then as it continues, it does other choices where I'm just like, I don't know. I wish it was more about the realism of what would have happened afterwards, and having the panic and having the hauntings, having a little bit maybe a psychological thriller aspect of this rather than, I don't know, like a serial killer documentary and weird slow-mo and random things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't love where the journey led me. A little disappointed by it, but again, there are good elements in this movie. The story itself is still entertaining. I would probably still give it like a 2.5 to 3 out of 5 from me. But that's
fair.
Yeah, that's me.
I think that's super fair. And I think that's actually a really solid score for this type of movie and what it is. You know, I'm with you. Like, I this is my second time watching this movie. And when I first watched it, I did feel like, I was like, holy shit. Like, oh my God, like that was crazy. I feel like watching this movie at a younger age, it would be a little bit more impactful.
Sure.
Because I watched this, I guess in my mid-20s when I first watched this, and it was a very impactful thing. Yeah, that was almost 10 years ago now. So like, yeah, like it was a very impactful movie for me when I first watched it, because I was just like, holy shit. And I was like pretty excited to watch it again. And then when I was rewatching, I was just like, you know, you know what? I wish we didn't get the moment that happens in the movie. Sorry, there's a fly in here, so excuse me if you see me fluttering around trying to like beat up a fly. Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't like fly into my mouth. But I wish they would have had more of a build up before that happens, because we spend so much time after the fact, just a lot of the main dude kind of like losing his shit. Which is still good stuff. It's just, it's so much of it that I didn't find it entertaining at some points, where I'm just like I get it. You're afraid and you're nervous. You're trying to corroborate your story.
Anxious.
Totally. I would have loved for a scene to actually be the cops talking to them, the cops starting to investigate and starting to suspect them. I would have loved a scene like that based off of this guy's fear. But we never got that. We never received that type of, like, I guess, experience, because granted, all of these kids, based off of what happened, should go to jail.
Oh, easily.
So, like, literally all of them.
I agree with you, where I wish it went that direction, where it felt like a pressure cooker. It felt like the walls were closing in on them and they're getting pushed behind. Like, at a point of no return, it's like, we're going to get caught. And there's a beautiful line that they say in this movie, and I'm just like, I'm going to write that down in my notes. That was good. That was a good line. And we'll talk about
the line of, like, if someone asks, then we're all fucked? Is that one?
Loved it. And the delivery of it, too. It was so good, too. The way you said it, it's like, if someone's asking, we're already fucked. I'm just like, damn, that was deep. That was hard. That was a good line. I was like, mic drop that shit.
Yeah, it was a great line. It was a great line. that's just kind of like how I felt about this movie. I think I'm with you in terms of the score. Like I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd, but like I am like tottering towards a 2.5 to a 3, just because there's just a lot of aspects of this movie to me that don't work, that we're going to get into very, very shortly here. But when we talk about those moments, the interesting character to me is a character that we don't really get to fully be engulfed with. Like it's very clear that the main character is Zach, but I was way more interested in Josh and his story and his situation. Like I was so much interested in how he was dealing with all of this.
Billion% agree with that. I wish, because where the movie leads, we're missing pieces of how we got there.
Exactly.
Where it's just like, let's see him psychologically go through
decay.
What he's going through. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I wanted to see that. I wanted to live in that. Like I get why the other, like Zach was panicking and freaking out and wanted to commemorate their story and have like their alibis lined up and all this other stuff, and them like doing what they're trying to do. But if I didn't care. Just because, and the only reason why I didn't care was because there were no scenes where cops were investigating them or cops were trying to talk to them or them being like prime suspects. We didn't have scenes like that. And because we didn't have scenes like that, all of his like freak out didn't matter to me.
Right. It kind of made me a little bit more frustrated. I was like, stop freaking out because nothing's happening. You're going to cause something to like happen.
You're going to have something happen to you because you're the one freaking out and acting weird the whole time. And like, granted, you should be acting weird based off of like what you did, but you know, it just felt like there was no oomph to the way that he was feeling because nothing happened from him feeling that way. So it was that's just how I felt about it. But let's go and talk about this movie. Let's jump into this because I'm really excited to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Super Dark Times, directed by Kevin Phillips, released September 29th in 2017. Runtime of 1 hour and 43 minutes. This movie was a little long for me. Not gonna lie. I think this could have been a nice 90 minutes.
It's under 2 hours too, but at the same time,
I know. It feels long. It feels long. And I think it's because what you said, there's a lot of ambition in this film. And they're trying to do a lot of different things to tie this story together. So I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with that one.
We'll even talk about the love story where I'm just like, I'm not convinced.
That was to me that was such a waste.
And then they're like, let's make it a love triangle. I'm just like,
yeah, but it didn't work. We'll get in there.
Like, it does,
exactly. Like we'll get into that. No budget found with a box office of $33,000. Didn't even know this movie was released in theaters for a limited time, it sounds like. With a rating of 89% on the Rotten Teas, though.
Okay.
We open to the outside of a high school with a shattered window. Inside, blood all over the floor and aspects of the wall. A janitor comes in to find a dying buck inside the lunchroom.
Cool.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, Super Dark Times.
That's how this movie opens. It opens even more brutal. I guess I'll finish it here. I guess it's been sitting there for a while as a larger crowd, including students, all come in to watch. So it's like he finds them and then they allow students inside the lunchroom. The fuck kind of high school is this? The police have everyone leave so they can stomp on the deer's neck, but one student, Allison, flinches as she catches a glimpse of them literally curb stopping this fucking deer. It's just
the title card. Oh my.
Yeah. What do you think this meant? Obviously, this is a metaphor here. What do you think this metaphor was?
See, that's the problem. I don't know what it means. And like the connection to the movie itself, obviously a sense of violence, death, and gore, and bloodiness, and these scary elements. Sure, it builds a really great opening sequence of like, cool, this movie is starting off very dark already, and seeing an animal that is suffering. Which I would think, thinking back on it, if I were to rewatch this, I'm like, oh, what if they left him dying and not kill him? As like he is like a dying animal that they didn't put it out of his misery or something like that.
Sure.
They don't do that. Kind of. Not really, but yeah, I honestly don't know what they were trying to go for. And I guess that's a problem to try to connect to your audience. And if people know what it meant for you, please let us know.
Please tell us.
In the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts.
Be curious to see what other people think about this metaphorical scene. Obviously, we open with Allison and we end with Allison.
Going through some shit,
right. So I think the whole aspect is just like kind of a foreshadow to Allison's trauma that she may experience. But what she experiences like kind of high school heartbreak, and she also experiences obviously the trauma of what happens at the end of the movie. And the reason why, and I know typically we kind of like ruin it at certain points, but we genuinely want to dive into what possibly happened in not the behind the scenes, but in the off-screen scenes. And we feel like we would be doing it a disservice if we tell you what happened now, because it genuinely does not make sense to Freddie and I. So we'll jump into it. Obviously,
I think you put it perfectly. Where it's like I feel like we followed the wrong character, because even the aspect where we see another person bite the bullet, but we never see that aspect of like whatever happened in that bridge. It would have been great to see that sequence happen and kind of see that mental break a little bit. It's like what am I watching? Is this like an origin story before a Dexter spinoff? Like who's the Trinity killer in this? Who's the bad guy?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. Supplies, motherfucker. Some fries, motherfucker. Disguise, motherfucker. Some pies, motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker. Wrong size, motherfucker. First prize, motherfucker. Hard eyes, motherfucker. Rude eyes, motherfucker.
So he says at the end, that would be perfect. I'm like, it was you the whole time. I knew it. But it's kind of funny where it's like his wildest imagination. It's like, oh, he did this and this and that. I'm like, well, it can't be that. And I was like, it's exactly that. It's exactly what he just explained. I'm like, okay. You couldn't even like put a twist at it at the very end. It's like, no, he called it out exactly how it was. I'm just like,
yeah.
It's like, well, you just ruined the surprise for us. You ruined the third act. And I'm pointing at the main character. You son of a bitch. You spoiled it.
You did this to me.
The viewer, go on that journey to discover it if you are trying to hide it. And it would have been a cool reveal if that was like the whole premise towards the end. It's like, at some point, I thought there was a serial killer out there, and they're like, oh, that person's missing. Now this person's missing. And it's like, oh, you can maybe get away with literally murder by just blaming the serial killer that's around town or something. Because I feel like the mom is all like, oh, stay home, stay close.
The fucking cops suck in this town. It's just, it's like, oh, we can't find this kid's body when, what?
I don't even remember seeing cops in the movie. Now I'm just like thinking
it's just
back
in the
to,
beginning.
Just the beginning and then that very end. And then the cop cars are going down the road while he's walking.
Right.
And that's it. But I'm like, no interrogations, no one's talking to him. There's not
and they
really
go down the road because of the bridge situation. They don't even go. They still didn't find the guy. It's just ridiculous. Cut to two friends, or are they? Zach and Josh watching buzzing cable porn while pointing out classmates that they would like to sleep with inside Zach's basement. I think that's his basement. It's either his room or his basement.
Yeah,
it was very hard to tell.
Man cave type place.
Yeah, little boy cave.
Like, just hang out. Yeah.
Yeah, that is just, yeah. But they're like, it made me think, I was just like, damn, dude, was I fucking like this in high school?
I don't think so. I wasn't.
I don't remember being I remember in high school having a lot of hormones, but I don't remember being like that horny. Like
right. Or watching it with friends, which is weird.
That's another thing. Yeah. I mean, I guess I did that. Like if you go to a friend's house or something like that, and it's super late, and you have like the like when you don't have the channel or whatever. Yeah. Sure. And it always plays the music, and you turn it down like to 1. You're like, I want to hear a little bit of it, but I don't want to get caught. Like, so it's like I remember that, but like going through a yearbook and being like, yeah, I want to fuck this chick. Like I don't think I've ever done that before.
No.
But hey, I'm sure there's people out there who were doing that. Cause hormones is a son of a bitch sometimes. Yeah. So I feel you. Both swooning over Allison, but Josh is completely horn dogging her. And that was, I guess, like the correlation difference between Josh and Zach. Even though they both technically were horny kids, Zach was more like, oh, I think I could fall in love with this girl, or I'm in love with this girl. When Josh was like, dude, I'm trying to
hit.
Like,
that's it.
Exactly. I'm just trying to fuck. Zach is being a bit more tender toward her because he apparently knows her, and that was like his thing. He was like, well, I know her, and I was like, well, doesn't Josh know her too? Like, you guys are classmates. So like, all right, whatever. On their way to the store, they spot Daryl and Charlie. I guess we keep calling them kids, but we haven't really, I guess, said much about it. These are high school kids, apparently in like 9th or 10th grade. They're not that much older than Charlie, who's in 8th grade. Charlie's an 8th grader who's apparently incredibly smarter than all of them. So,
no, for real, honestly.
Even him, he's like, you know what? Smarter than all of them.
Even the actor smart's like, I'm gonna dip out for half this movie and just call me back when you need me. Like, he was a real smart one. He's like
he's
just call me when you need me.
Smartest
right?
guy in the movie. Do you know the guy who plays Zach? Do you know where he's from?
He looks familiar, but I didn't look it up, so I don't know.
He's from X. He's the porn director who gets his neck stabbed by the car. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Awesome.
Yeah.
All grown up.
All grown
watching
up.
Porn to making porn. Perfect.
Exactly. There you go.
So fast. It is a
going back in time,
story.
Apparently. This movie's based in the 90s, and he went in the 70s for that one. So there you go.
I think you missed what I said, which I'm happy.
What did you say?
It is a coming of age story. There you go.
See? I feel like that would have been a tagline in those raunchy comedies we watched back in the early 2000s, like an American Pie or National Lampoon or something.
When a young boy watches porn, grows up to be a porn director, a coming-of-age story that you've never expected.
Of the ages.
Of the ages.
Dude, we had, honestly... The 2000s was a fucking wild time.
Yeah.
We had the raunchiest shit. It's like,
oh yeah.
You remember the game? I never personally played this game, but do you remember the game Leisure Suit Larry? You ever heard of that game?
Never even heard of it, to be honest.
Okay, it literally was about this guy who I guess you're a hit artist. Like you would like try to hit on women and you would have to sleep with them, and that was the point of the game. And this game was on Xbox.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. But I remember they even had like the unrated version of Dead or Alive, which was a fighting game.
Sure.
But
I remember
they had the bounce mechanics back then in that one. So you just but you had, I think they called it volleyball mode or something like that, where they were only in bikinis. It was
a very horny time.
It was. And mind you, both Freddie and I at that time were children. So
my eyes.
All decide to head into the store, getting some snacks. They get some dry squid. Daryl dares Zach to try it. He does, immediately spitting it out while trying to drink his ever fizzing soda. Josh tries it next, and he actually likes it. And I think this was like for us to be, as an audience, be like, oh, he's different, kind of thing. I think that's what this moment was supposed to be like. Then Daryl, who immediately spits it out. The group of young teens walk their bikes across a closed bridge while talking about masturbating. Like they're legitimately, they're having a full-blown conversation of like how they masturbate. And I'm just like, I personally don't want to really hear children talk about this right now.
It's a weird conversation to have in there where it meets no purpose. It's just also like,
it just to play on the aspect of their teenage boys. Yeah. They're always horny.
It's crazy. It's like, remember that for what? Why do I have to remember that they're horny? What's the point? What is the point?
I will say this. Charlie is the perfect age group of what I would want for kind of that almost coming out of middle school type of age. So yeah, that would just be incredible. Incredible.
And if you want to know what he just said, you have to wait for the future to see what Prince is talking about.
Yeah. Yes. You have to wait for the future.
You'll see. That doesn't make any sense. You have to wait for the future. No shit.
You have to wait for the future.
Really funny? I just realized what I just said. Never mind, continue.
They wonder how the person who took their own life jumped off the bridge. Daryl spouts how his uncle jumped off and won $1,000 after surviving from slipping on a fish. What? What are you talking about, Daryl? You know what?
I kind of like the dialogue still in this movie at this point because it's kind of like, oh, it's fun. It's like
the friend dialogue.
It's good.
Perfect. That's why I said I would have wanted more of this. I wanted this to draw out a little bit more. I wanted us to be in the story of why Josh hates Daryl so much instead of us kind of like having this. Daryl's only in the movie for 20 minutes. And for us to have this very quick exposition moment of like, this is them, it's established, then the thing happens.
Yes. This is very like Stand By Me. And I love that.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted more of that. Yeah. I felt like the situation with Daryl happening, if they were going to go the route that they went, where we follow Zach, I felt like the situation with Daryl should have happened way later. Josh doesn't believe him, but Daryl is fairly persistent about his uncle's special forces ability. Thanks, Daryl. Josh steps on top of a section of the bridge, quietly staring as Zach stares back, almost as if they're like mind reading or something. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it was like a weird power move of him to like get up there too and just like look down. I'm just like, why is this happening?
Once again, it doesn't make any sense. Zach and Josh are walking their bikes back, talking about how much Josh thinks Daryl is a dick, but Zach tries to stick up for him. They come across their neighborhood bullies. I assume that's what they were. Zach tries to rush out of the situation, but Josh decides to stand his ground, especially after making fun of his brother who's in the Marines. Josh pushes the main dude, and I even, it's so funny because I like put a note here. I was like, I'll get this guy's name later. He never shows up.
Yeah, he never.
That was it, dude. That was it. Like he literally. This is the only time we see him in this movie. But he's forced to the ground, holding his head down with his boot. This was scary though. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
yeah. Well, I thought it was gonna go even a little bit further. This felt like It Chapter 1 a little bit.
Yeah, like Bowers. Henry Bowers.
Yeah. Which I was like, cool. We have this cool evil kid that's gonna be a big element of like the movie, maybe. Because me, like I said, I went in blind. Then I've been watching the trailer. I didn't even look at the poster because
the poster
just saw
gives literally nothing away.
Yeah, I was about to say
literally a silhouette with them holding
silhouette.
Flashlights.
Yeah,
it's almost like Mystic River. If you remember that movie, it's almost kind of the similar poster to that. Yeah, that's a great movie.
But,
yeah.
To your point, I thought he was going to play a bigger role, but no.
It would have been nice to have a bully actually be a larger role in this because once again, the situation that happens later in the movie doesn't really make that much sense as to why it happened. But
I don't like to say like what I wish this movie was, but what I wish this movie was, maybe they do the accident, but he's the only witness that sees from afar or something. And then like that cool element of it would have been sick.
Honestly, it would have made more sense if Allison would have been the witness.
Sure, which makes sense for the beginning of the movie is like you're witnessing something tragic.
Yeah.
Good
and
like
that would have made more sense. They continue walking home. Josh is talking a bunch of shit, extremely pissed off at someone they used to know named John. John's the guy with the Kool-Aid hair. In front of Allison's house, Zach points out that it is her house and knowing where she lives because of the school bus route. And Josh is like almost jealous here. I think that's what this is supposed to like give.
It's like, how do you know this? Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, how do you know where she lives? And he was like, oh, the bus route or whatever.
Kind of creepy, but sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Josh wonders if she's cool sharing a fairly gross story of how she exploded glue all over her hands. And I guess like he found it hot when she was like, whoops, or whatever. And I was like, okay.
It's like, hey, directors, like, remember, they're horny guys.
Teenagers.
They're
like, yeah, very, very teenage year. And man, he overly explains his sexual fantasies. Zach shouts out that the glue bottle was like a penis, and he was like, oh, I get it. Yeah, glue bottle's the penis, and yeah, the glue is the cum or whatever. And then he shouts out penis.
Puts him in a real sticky situation.
No. Josh gets embarrassed and thinking that someone could be in the house, even though Zach claims that nobody is even around, which I feel like is foreshadowing for later. But someone turns the light on in Allison's house, forcing them to flee. They go back to Zach's house so Josh can pick up his things and head home. Zach's mom, Karen, excitedly shares that Allison called. He takes the phone off the receiver and rushes to his room to call her back. Her jerk brother answers the phone before she takes it, explaining how she still has his number from the science project. Both of them. What are you two kids doing here? What are you two kids doing, huh? Man, what a time to be alive to have to deal with like fucking
Landlines?
cordless phones and landlines
Yeah.
again. Jesus Christ.
It's like no one can use the phone while you're on the phone.
No, literally no one. You just
Which is funny because where does this movie take place time wise?
in the 90s.
Oh no,
mid-90s.
Did they
Yeah, I
say
think
it
it's supposed to
ever,
be-
or not really?
Not really.
It's just
You just
It makes
see
sense
it come
from what you
across
see.
with like exactly with like
Yeah.
the mementos of like what's happening within their world. But it's supposed to be 1996. Yeah.
Interesting.
My boy is completely enamored as she sings their planet song they made for their project. She invites him and Josh to her birthday party. He excitedly accepts by hanging up with when her brother picks up the other end, yelling for her to get off the fucking phone.
Okay. Man, Nick just like, whoops, I'm out.
And he's like, he like hangs up. He's like, like he's so smitten, dude.
You know what I thought though? Me thinking ahead, I was like, okay, let me see where the story is going because still to this point, I have no idea where this movie is going. But
Sure,
as soon as
yeah.
like, oh, you can invite your friend, I'm just like, oh, you're fucked, dude. She likes your friend and she's inviting you to get to the friend. But it didn't go that route at all. But like me, I was just
I
like
see what
thinking
you
the
mean.
worst case scenario. I was like, oh yeah, you should come over to my party and please invite your friend. And I'm like,
You're like,
yeah,
when will
he's gonna
this
be-
dark time get super?
Yeah. Because it's like it's dim lit time, but not really dark right now. But yeah,
The next day, he's swooned by Allison's chatting with her teacher about her scoring a 96% on her test. Josh interrupts his fantasy to hand him some math homework. Then Daryl barges in, wanting to know if they're hanging out after school. Continue to the plethora of interruptions as another kid comes wailing down the hall holding his arm. This scene is so
That was so
fucking
weird.
chaotic. This is
didn't
such a
even
chaotic
say
scene.
why he was injured or what happened or nothing. I'm just like, why did that happen? I feel like there's scenes missing in this movie. Where it's like, was it the bully kid? It's like, is he coming back?
Is
just
he
an
coming
asshole?
down the hallway? Like, what's happening here?
Why is he yelling? Why is he running? And like, why is he hurt? I don't know, but that happens.
I don't know,
But-
dude. This was
Yeah.
and it makes it even weirder by this editing choice of them now being after school and they're at Josh's house eating fucking bagel bites. Like
Yeah, fair.
that literally happens right
I'll
after
say
all of
this.
this chaotic scene.
There are great editing techniques in this movie, and then there's horrible editing techniques in this movie sometimes. It like flip flops.
Yeah, I would say the cuts in this movie are pretty poor in terms
Sure.
of. And not always. Like, there's a really awesome cut we get later where it's like a cut from Zach to Josh with the door. Like, that was a
Yeah.
really, really awesome cut. And a shocking cut on top of that, because that's when you're supposed to, like, know what's really happening or whatever.
The one thing I would say too, this movie has glimpses of a great score and soundtrack, and then they'll do like the music. I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah, and then they'll cut away from it like immediately with like no warning. I'm just like, well, you played like 5 seconds of a cool song and then just continued on. But all right, it's like I was vibing to that. You killed the vibe. But yeah,
Caught a vibe. Daryl shares how much he likes Charlie because he's smart, he has snacks, and his sister has big tits. Thanks, Daryl. He wonders where Josh's parents are. Mind you, Charlie's not there right now. He wonders where Josh's parents are. He shares that nobody gets home until around 5 or 6. That's another thing that I feel like is really key to point out is that these are latchkey kids. They very much are on their own. Them being these type of like high schoolers, they're technically millennials. However, they very much are in that vein of like Gen X to millennial, where latchkey kids are still like a very like, I guess, common thing to where their parents aren't home and they have to kind of like fend for themselves until their parents get home. Daryl and Zach wonder if Josh's older brother shit is still there. And at first he doesn't like know what they're talking about. And they're just like,
what shit?
they're like, hey, shit, man. Like, come on. He's like, is that supposed to help me more? Like, what do you mean? Just say it. Like, what do you want? What do you want to do in his room?
What do you want?
They raid his room, but Josh tries to have them be as careful as possible. Daryl plops on his waterbed, admiring all of his naked lady pictures taped on his wall before spotting the bag of weed. This is like super 90s right here. Just
Oh, for sure. The waterbed?
The waterbed
Absolutely.
is just, man.
Pictures of women on the walls and ceilings.
Exactly.
I like how he's like, is this his girlfriend? I'm like, obviously not.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a funny scene.
Would you have ever gotten a waterbed if you could?
I don't think so, to be honest.
I don't think so either.
I would want to like sleep on one for one night, but not own one. Does that make sense? Because
I feel like if you sleep on one, it might be like the like not best sleep, but like it would probably be the coolest sleep you've ever had. Because like it's a water bed, so I would assume the bed would be cool,
like yeah, I know, like form to your body a little bit, kind of like cuddle you in a way.
Exactly.
I don't know. Who's had a water bed out there? Let us know what you felt like.
Yeah. If you had a water bed, how was that experience?
We're jealous.
Well, I mean, I'm not, but like,
I would do it for one night because just for the experience. That doesn't sound right. Okay,
I would try it. Yeah, I would try it. It's like a lava lamp. Like you want it on for just a moment,
and they're like, "Wow, it's really hot now. I think it's gonna explode one day."
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. I just would feel so nervous for it to pop. Like that would make me nervous. I would just it popping. And on top of that,
flooding your whole entire room.
How do you move it? Like, what if you don't want it anymore? How do you empty the water out? I'm sure there's a way. Like I'm sure there's like a little cap, but like what do you put the water in? It blows my mind
that it's a thing that actually was a thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those things was like, do they really exist? They did.
They did. It's like moon shoes.
Why?
It's like I don't know a single soul who had moon shoes, but yet those existed.
You do know one person that had moon shoes.
Did you have moon shoes?
No, but my friend had one. So
okay.
You're one connection away from someone that had moon shoes, which like it was so mutually dumb because it like the higher like you jump and it's like, oh cool, you went like 1 foot higher than normal.
Yeah, dude. It literally was rubber bands in a fucking
bucket,
big ass bucket. Like it's literally all moon shoes were. And a lot of people really, really hurt themselves a shit ton. That's why I couldn't get any.
Do you know those big sock and bopper like boxing things?
Oh, dude, yeah, dude. My cousin broke his fucking nose with one of those, dude. We had
violent toys awesome, in the 90s.
Yeah. We did. You remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Oh, 100%. But do you remember the things where you like there were like fairies that like fucking fly and you like pull the string and like fly?
Those were awesome. They were supposed to be for girls, but all the boys had them. Yeah, all the boys had them because, dude, you would do it in people's faces and shit. Like it was terrible. Kids
that walks so Beyblades can run. Just saying.
Exactly, and then Beyblade still came out at a great time. Like came out at a great time.
And now let's talk about Furbies for about 30 minutes.
So I never had a Furby because they scared the shit out of me. It was only because I watched Gremlins and it reminded me too much of Gremlins. And I was like, I'll never get a Furby. Like it just reminded me too much of a Mogwai. I couldn't do it. It's
just talk randomly throughout the night. I put it in the closet once and I was just like, nope.
No thanks. Thanks for that. God, these tangents are so fucking dumb. I remember my grandmother got these toys. And she got them because they were defective. And that was the reason why she got them. But they were these baby toys and they were only say goo goo gaga and whatever. But then it will literally have a moment where it would say, Israel is the light. Like, as clear as fucking day, it would say that. And we're like, whoa. But one night, she bought a ton of them and she kept them in the living room. And I'm walking to get a cup of water and they don't go off by themselves. Then unison, they all went off by themselves saying the exact same thing at the exact same time while I was in the kitchen trying to get water. And it scared the fucking shit out of me. And it scared me so much that my grandma was just like, okay, I'll move them to like, I think she moved them in the garage or something like that. I wonder if she still has them. When you woke up one day,
it was at your bed again.
Oh God, no, yeah, that would have sucked. But I was probably like early middle school. Like I had to have been like 7th grade or something like that. Like it scared the shit out of me. It's just
that's terrifying. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a weird toy. I don't remember what toy it was. You know what? Now I'm curious, dude, because like I feel like look it up too, I gotta look it up, dude. Like now I'm curious what the hell this thing was. It was so weird. They were called Little Mommy Dolls. Oh, it said Islam is the light. It was supposed to say Mama or something like that. But you can find
they look creepy as hell.
They're super creepy, dude. They're super creepy and they're like realistic. And that was the reason why my grandmother got it. I'm looking up the AI overview from Google, so take it with a grain of salt here. You are likely thinking of the viral internet rumor that a speaking baby doll made by Fisher-Price was whispering, "Islam is the light." However, the toy actually just makes standard babbling sounds. Incorrect. That fucking thing actually said that. No way. Like, I'm like incorrect. There's no way I would remember that. And then it has literally videos of people doing it. so yeah.
It only presented that message to certain people, maybe.
God, yeah, my grandma.
Never proven.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Little
there you go.
balls.
And it was around 2008. That can't be right. I guess it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. But it was around 2008, apparently. So, correction, everybody. I was almost 18 years old and I was terrified for this thing. So, there you go.
Me picturing a young little tiny prince.
Correction, everybody. Like, I was a senior in high school and this thing terrified the shit out of me. So, correction.
That's so funny.
This is a kid who was literally going to horror movies by himself, and this thing scared the shit out of me. Anyway, back to this fucking movie. That was a terribly long tangent, but it was fun. It was fun.
There you go. Blast from the past.
He pleads for Josh to give him some, but he wants to think about it. Before they get into an argument, Zach suggests that they get a watermelon to beat up with nunchucks. Josh pulls out his brother's sword, sharing the details on how it isn't technically a real sword, but it's still pretty damn sharp. Haha, foreshadowing. Reminiscing about him and his brother slicing through milk cartons, Daryl is all in, wanting to do just that. So they fill up some cartons with water and go slicing, and then apparently Charlie's there now. Okay?
Cool.
So Charlie has a go when Zach notices that Daryl took Josh's brother's weed. He starts choking, coughing, and laughing as he smokes a cigarette, which I don't think he's smoking weed at this point. I do think it is supposed to be a cigarette, but I think he's like trying to fuck with Josh.
I don't know. I think it was because he even had the bag too and everything.
I mean, he had the bag, but do you think what did he roll up with?
I don't know.
And also, I don't know. That was a little too
When?
perfect. That was a little too perfect of a roll-up.
Wait, they all said this was like their first time, except for, was it Zach that said it? Did it like once with his like cousin or something, he said. But yeah, this was supposedly his first time, and I was just like, that's pretty good, not bad.
Yeah, for real. Like, how did you roll that so good? So I don't know if it was a cigarette or that. I guess it's supposed to insinuate that it's Josh's weed, whatever. Josh realizes he has his weed and confronts him to give it back. Daryl is a disrespectful motherfucker, blowing smoke and shit in his face while also holding the sword. But Josh doesn't back down, wanting him to give him the weed back. Zach agrees, approaching him to give it back, but Daryl turns around holding the sword up. Brother.
This whole scene was pretty scary. I was at the edge of my seat.
This scene is incredible.
Yeah.
This is such an intense moment. I just wish it was later in the movie. That's all I wish.
Yeah, this was like an anti-weed commercial.
It truly was, yeah.
Like, this is what marijuana does for you.
He walks away throwing the sword. Josh calls him on his shit, bringing up his financial status and how he has nothing worth stealing. This forces him to turn around and get in Josh's face. They argue for a bit. Charlie tries to have Daryl calm down, but fuck that shit. He goes and decks Josh in the back of his head. Josh immediately gets up holding the sword, trying to get Daryl to stop, but he keeps coming toward him. I will say that this was the nerdiest fight until the sword came into play. They were like,
yeah.
It almost was like them trying to slap box for a second, but they were really bad at it. They wrestle for a moment before Daryl is stabbed in the throat. On accident, but stabbed in the throat nonetheless. They all panic. Not knowing what to do while yelling at each other, Zach decides to take it out of his throat, despite Charlie's cries to leave it in. Blood sprays as Daryl forces himself to breathe. A rush of adrenaline causes him to get up and start running. Fucking nuts when he starts running. Like, oh my God. That was probably the scariest thing.
So
that he had
terrifying.
Like this burst of adrenaline and his first
like, I just need to
go. I need to run home. I need to run. Like, damn, this was so incredibly well done. Just such a great scene in this movie. But yeah, I mean, leave it in. If you get stabbed, leave it in. Don't just pull it out. That is like your lifeline right there. It's plugging the hole. It hurts. But leave that shit in. Zach and Josh chases after him as he crumbles to the ground. Josh sobs, and this was actually, it was. I know we keep saying how well done this was, but it felt real. Because like when he's running, visceral. He doesn't just fall. Like he's like dragging his feet on the ground, trying to keep running, and then he falls. It is so well done. The kid playing Daryl in this moment is incredible right here.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
It feels like his body's giving up, but he's pushing forward.
Right.
And then it just gives up.
Yeah. Josh sobs that it was an accident, and Zach understands as he goes to check on Daryl, confirming that he's dead. He throws up as Josh sobs and apologizes, not knowing what they're going to do. Zach has the bright idea of needing them to bury Daryl's body by covering him with leaves before getting out of there. Charlie comes up with a sword, thinking that they should also hide it, chucking it below in a cave. I don't know. It was like a very tiny,
like a big hole cave thing. I was like, well, you could just put the body there as well, I guess. But.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, I don't know, Freddie. Do we want to condone that? But
no, I'm just saying if they're trying to do something, it's like you're leaving the body out in the open, but like let's hide the sword even better than the body. It's like what?
Yeah, it's crazy, and also it's kind of funny that they also hit it next to where the body even is, but yet they take his bike like super far away.
Right.
I don't know. This was just an interesting aspect of it, but like they're all guilty in this point right here because we have one, Josh, who killed him. Granted, it was on accident, but that's still manslaughter. Then we have Zach, who decides to bury him. So now, okay, cool. You're in it here now too. Then you have Charlie, who hides the weapon. So it's just every single one of them are completely complicit in this murder.
Who was the person that pulled the sword out?
Charlie.
Charlie, come on, man. I feel like that's the biggest mistake.
That was the dumbest thing for his character at that point.
What is this? Are you fucking Arthur? This ain't the fucking sword in the stone, bro. Like, leave it in. Like, just, what are you doing? You put your fingerprints on it? You basically fucking killed him.
To pull the sword out of his neck?
Yeah.
It was Zach.
Zach.
It was Zach.
I saw his face when I was like talking about it, but yeah, like I don't know. I feel like not to like defend this scene, but I'm just like, okay, he was kind of coming at you. You can maybe say it was low-key self-defense a little bit. But as soon as you're hiding the body, hiding the sword, pulling the sword out, I'm just like, you guys are digging a hole deeper, literally.
You still have a sword at the end of the day. So like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the aspects of the justifications behind what that would mean. But the fact that you have a sword with you, you literally have a weapon with you. And on top of that, it was concealed in the beginning. So it's just, I don't know. Because like, I mean, I don't know what it is.
Regardless, they're fucked,
other
but they
states,
were just
but like
making worse things happen, which I'm just like, ugh.
Right.
It was a hard scene, but it's such an effective scene because
it was. Yeah, definitely is. Now I feel like we can now spoil aspects of this movie because this is where I feel like this would have been a great time to have this later in the film and have Allison be the one to see, and that being the motive as to why Josh wants to kill Allison.
Right.
Not this kind of nonsensical love triangle that's kind of going on, which we don't really know if that's the reason because they never say it. They never say what his reasoning is. He just does it. So,
right. Which we can still have the love story too. It's like, oh, I won't say anything because I care about you. I'll protect you. And the other guy's like, I don't trust her. We shouldn't trust her. Cause some tension.
But this is why we mean that like at this point forward, we officially have Zach be our main character and our POV for the entire movie. We don't really get to see aspects of what's going on in Josh's psyche because we don't get Josh. We get little sprinkles of Josh, but I would have loved at least a vignette of what was happening with Josh to give us some type of experience of like, okay, this is what's going on with him instead of hearing like Zach kind of whine the entire time because of his guilt. So Yeah. Zach offers to take care of Daryl's bike before Charlie wipes away his tears and heading out. He doesn't think that they should go home too late, wanting to make sure that Josh cleans himself up before going home. Not knowing what to say or do, he thanks Zach before leaving. He takes Daryl's bike somewhere to dump it, punching the wall repeatedly before realizing what he had just done, because he has blood on the wall next to the bike, which is just move the bike again. Faking as if he fell off his bike before heading back home. He grabs a drink of water, turning around to Allison sitting in this kitchen. She explains why she's there before noticing his hand. His mom comes up with some Cokes, wanting to know what happened to his hand while bringing up that he should clean it. Also, Allison, say something. Like, why are you just watching me? Like, present yourself, you know what I'm saying? Just like greet me. Like, don't just stand there and watch me from my kitchen island. Weird. Say something.
From great dialogue to no dialogue. It's like, okay.
I know, for real. And the kid's in like absolute shock, right? Like, he doesn't want to eat or anything, and he asks if he could be excused to go into his room to take care of his wound. Allison goes into his room, joking about how he yelled penis by her house. Zach is standoffish as she wonders if he would like for her to leave. Realizing that something is wrong, she gently rubs his back as he sobs. Blaming the pain in his hand to be the reason for his tears, he rests his head on her shoulder, almost about to kiss her before apologizing. But she was with the shit, willing to follow his pace. She was with it. She was like, all right. She's like ready. She like cracks her knuckles and shit. She's just like, let's fucking get it, boy. Let's get it. Yeah, high school. Did you have a high school relationship? Did you have one of those?
I had fun in high school. That doesn't sound right.
No, that doesn't.
I was not.
I don't know what that means.
I was not in a relationship, but I dated a lot of girls. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, high school is an interesting time, I feel like, to be in relationships. Sometimes people do get like high school sweethearts, but it's just like you don't really know yourself in high school, I feel like. Like you are such a different person in high school than when you're an actual adult.
Right. You have no idea what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, do you want to come to this party? It's like, oh, this is my first party. I don't drink, blah, blah, blah. It's like, try this. It's water. And they kind of like fuck with you. And it's like, oh, cool. Right. Yeah, it's 151. Thank you for having my first drink be the worst drink possible. And just people upset, like, oh, you can't drink that. Watch me. And it's like a huge competition. And all the girls are like, hee. It was a crazy time. Don't clip that. Yeah. That's high school in a
clip
bubble.
I mean, it's an interesting time. I didn't really do much parties in high school. I was a tad bit of a goody two shoes when it came to that. I didn't drink in high school. I didn't do any of that. That's stuff. Good. I had my first drink when I was in college, and I only got drunk once. So which is great. But yeah,
you literally had the best experience.
It was fine. I just was like I was so in on school that like I felt like you remember the movie Booksmart?
Yeah, great movie. Love that movie. Hilarious as well.
I was kind of like that. But yeah. Oh, we asked the questions. After she leaves, Karen compliments her. Zach agrees. He wants to go to bed, but she wants to clean his cuts. In the bathroom, it is revealed that he broke his wrist. Not able to sleep, he struggles to put on his headphones a bit due to his new cast. And this song is fucking incredible. I don't know what song this is that he's listening to, but it's such a good song.
Yeah, but they cut it off so quick.
Yeah, they do cut it off very quick.
There's so many moments where I'm like, hell yeah, let's play this song. And then just like gone after 5 seconds. I'm just like, okay.
You're like, hell yeah, let's turn it off. The next day at school, Josh isn't there. Zach rides to meet up with Charlie, wanting to get their story straight since Josh wasn't at school. Charlie doesn't want to speak with him, sharing his fake alibi about not remembering and being home, waiting for his parents to get home, concluding that they aren't friends if anybody asks. Once again, Charlie, smartest kid in this whole fucking movie, dude. He's just like, stop talking about it, shut up, and just act like nothing happened kind of thing.
It's like, you just went to a different school to talk to me, which is fucking weird already. But he's just like, I'm going to do what every Tuesday I did. It's just, I don't even remember what I did, but I just usually go home and wait for my parents. I'm just going to say that if anyone asks. Cool. Yeah. He even says it out loud too. He's like, That's a good plan. That's a good plan.
Yeah, that's a good plan. He's like, yeah, so shut up. Stop talking about it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Zach goes to Josh's house shouting his name, but he doesn't answer. Once again, dude, you are just throwing a lot of attention on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're just throwing a lot of attention on yourself. Like banging and shouting at Josh. First of all, you guys are kids. If a kid came up to my house doing that, you know how fucking pissed my grandma would be?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Why are you yelling? First of all, back up, 2 steps back, young man, and what do you want? Like it's just, I just would feel like it just wouldn't work out.
Right.
Back at home, Zach is pacing around his room, about to call someone until his mom knocks on the door to come inside. She asks about Daryl, bringing up that his mom called about him not coming home last night and that he mentioned going over to Josh's. He lies about seeing him, but Karen knows that something is off with her son, but that's the end of that.
Yeah. She's like,
doesn't
okay,
explore that
I'll let
anymore.
Her know. But she's also like, just stay close to home. Don't go out late.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like,
I get it. You know, it's your kid. You know, you have aspects of like believing them and whatnot, but like she, in that moment, from her facial expression, it almost felt like she clearly knows he's lying.
Yeah, she caught him. She caught him on the lie. It's like, well, you go to Josh's house all the time, and she said that he was there. So I'm assuming he was there, and you're lying to me.
Right. Yeah.
She doesn't pry.
So, exactly. And maybe she, but once again, we don't know. So this is like the rule when it comes to like movies. I feel like you cannot make the assumptions of maybes, because that completely dismantles the movie, because they didn't tell us. So therefore the maybe doesn't work, because they never tell us. So, but I was going to say maybe she thought he ran away or something.
Sure.
And he doesn't want to be found, but we don't know if that's what she actually thinks, because the movie didn't tell us. Advising him to no longer come home late, after she leaves, he takes a breath before chugging some NyQuil, and like he's like chugging NyQuil.
Yeah.
It might be
empty stomach. Yes.
And this might be the reason why with NyQuil you need a driver's license. You have to be 18 years or older to buy NyQuil.
Yeah, because people take advantage of it, and you don't need NyQuil.
I knew people in college who would do that shit. They would
for sure. Well, they'll try to force to stay awake.
Chug NyQuil.
Yeah, and try to stay awake so they can feel the effects of like the dizziness of just crazy feelings.
Dude,
but,
when I got sick on campus and I had promethazine, I was the fucking man. like the amount.
Don't know what that means, man. I'm happy for you.
Promethazine is a cough syrup medicine, but what people would do, they would dip their blunts in it, and because it was a syrup, and they would dip their blunts in it, and then it would have a very slow burn, but you would get the effects of the cough syrup medicine and the weed, which. It was just a trifecta of it. I would just sell that shit. I did not do that for legal purposes. I did not.
For a disclaimer, this is a joke.
This is a joke. I did not sell it. I was just saying I was the man on campus. Later that night, he's channel surfing, choosing a speech from Bill Clinton to lull himself to sleep to.
As one does.
I think that was just them just saying, like, remember, this movie's in the 90s. Zach wakes up to banging on his door, because it literally makes no sense.
It was a speech about, like, it's about who you are and what you stand for. I'm just like, okay,
yeah, that he falls asleep to.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I got so into this movie, us talking about this and going through the tangents, I forgot the ad break. So that's going to come up soon. Zach wakes up to banging on his door, thinking that it's his mom. He tells her that he's getting up, asking her for the time. When he reaches out, he's no longer wearing a cast. Calling out nervously, asking repeatedly for the time. He goes out into this hallway, his window completely open. Daryl is standing in the hallway in the darkness. Great scene. He doesn't understand how or why he's there. Above them is a hole with a cyclone of water inside. I don't know what was going on here.
Yeah.
It was
cool fact. We'll take it.
Real cool. Yeah, real cool. Very, very, I feel like this was like a very Donnie Darko type of inspired scene here.
Sure.
Felt like it was very much like Frank.
It was well crafted, and I looked the light outside was just like all pure white.
It was beautiful. This was a
can't
beautiful
see outside.
scene.
I was like,
yeah. This is a really, really cool
Weird
scene.
Christmas tree. Yeah, it works. It's very creepy.
Very creepy. Zach falls to the ground, reaching to Daryl, who's no longer in front of him, but sitting on top of him. He actually wakes up this time. Daryl's still sitting on his stomach while he wakes up. This was a great little scene, a great little scare here. I thought that was great, but obviously it's his guilt weighing on him. That's
NyQuil fucking you up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, probably a little bit of both.
It's like, damn, NyQuil, you doing some crazy shit.
Damn, NyQuil, you scary. He cries in pain, calling for his mom, wanting to help him with his stomach pains. Mommy.
She comes back with Pepto-Bismol. I'm like, hell the cure for everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. I used to hate Pepto-Bismol when I was a kid.
I love the taste.
I hated it. I
don't know why. It's just like a little smoothie for me.
I didn't mind the taste. It was the thickness. I hated how thick it was. Ugh.
I think back in the day, I used to put it in the refrigerator, so it had like that little cool kick too.
Yeah, we did that too. Yeah,
might drink some Pepto-Bismol.
It was way better in the refrigerator. Pepto-Bismol is better in the refrigerator, but now they have tablets, so I don't give a shit. Karen is worried about him since he's not eating or chugging down NyQuil. He wakes up with his mom asleep on the other side of the couch. Very endearing moment here. Super cute. Cuts to Zach rushing to his locker at school, trying to ignore the murmurs of Daryl missing. While in sex ed, the principal, once again, just got to tackle on the fact that like they're horny teenagers, so we had to have a sex ed class. Also, my sex ed class was in like the 5th grade. I
was 8th grade.
Yours was 8th grade? Yeah, I didn't have it until I was way earlier, I felt like. But it wasn't, I had multiple, because I did have one in middle school too, actually. But that was when they were like teaching us about condoms and stuff. But like in the 5th grade, they were teaching us about like, it was more so like the aspect of like, this is what happens if you kiss a girl. No, I'm just kidding.
Death. You will die.
You die immediately.
You will roll over and die.
Just start getting...
They showed up one scene from X-Men, the Rogue, where she kisses the guy and second is like fucking. It's like, this is what happens. This is not a movie.
Start
it's a
showing us
documentary.
that scene repeatedly over and over and over again. Wow. Calling the reports of Daryl missing only to be rumors. Oh, I mentioned the principal calls in the PA and he mentions the stuff about Daryl and he says like, they're only rumors. We don't know yet. A classmate kicks Zach's chair for him to look back at her moaning as she makes a pen open and close. Fucking weirdo, dude. What are you doing?
I thought this was a dream sequence. It's not.
No, that would really happen.
I was like, what?
I'm like, do all these girls want to
confused.
fuck Zach? I didn't understand what was happening here. Okay. All right. After school, Zach goes to visit Josh.
I like how he even slowly like turns back around too, like he's uncomfortable. I'm like, fair enough, I would be uncomfortable too.
She was also loud. Like she was really loud, and the school was quiet. The class was quiet, listening to the PA of the. Like I can only imagine like the rest of the class like turning and looking at her like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Fucking crazy. After school, Zach goes to visit Josh. His mom knocks on Josh's door to let him know that Zach is there. I can't get over her doing this.
And then do like a zoom up on the pen, the pen tip, like coming in and out of it. It's like
slow.
It's like, why is this scene a thing? And it's like it's multiple shots at different angles. I'm like,
it's different angles. I was going to say,
put the camera in different positions for this shot, like for this scene specifically. I'm just like.
At this point, I think the horniest person was the director.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
Which makes it worse because it's kids. Makes it worse because it's kids.
100%.
Yeah.
They took the cinematographer's
weird
close up on it. Perfect. Yeah.
This is weird. It was weird.
Like, can we get the mic a little closer? Can
very Quentin Tarantino. Yeah. It was very odd.
Yeah.
He knocks on the door to be invited inside Josh's room where he's playing Twisted Metal, bringing up that he told his mom that he wasn't feeling well so he could stay home. Zach doesn't find it to be a good idea for them to act weird, wanting to know how he's doing, but he doesn't answer. Zach finds this to be the perfect opportunity to trauma dump how he's been feeling about the situation, wanting them to go back, which, in fairness, the person who technically does kill Daryl is Zach. In fairness, because he takes the knife out, or the sword out, which is initially the kill.
Right.
So, in fairness, Zach is the killer. not Josh. But anyway, Josh doesn't understand, but Zach's guilt is too powerful as he talks loudly about what happened to Daryl. That's another thing. They do this a lot in this movie. They talk extremely loudly as if their parents aren't right there.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
Doesn't matter though, because their parents don't overhear or anything. This would have been a great moment for like if someone's like mom or whatever is just be like what the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna call 911. I don't know. Like if it was my kid and she killed somebody, I would turn her in. So I'm just saying. I know, like, hey, but nah, dude, you got that's your consequence. Like going around fucking killing people. Granted, though, if someone was trying to harm her, then yes, I'm 100% protecting you. But anyway. Cutting him off, Josh shoots that shit down, telling him not to go back there. Zach makes sure that he still has Daryl's bag, wanting him to hang on to it, and having him promise to consult him before doing anything. Josh reluctantly agrees, going silent when Zach questions what game he's playing. Through gritted teeth, because he doesn't tell him, he growls about this being a fucking accident, smashing his fist on the table. This has Josh lighten up, I guess, joking about his other hand.
I didn't like this joke. I was like, what the fuck? It's like this comedy came out of nowhere. It's like, what are you trying to do? Break your other hand? They look at each other.
Like, because I broke my hand.
You're right. You're right. My right hand. Yeah.
It's like,
this one's broken. This one's fine.
It's just like, come on.
It's like, that was a good one.
Zach, Josh, you're back, baby. You're back. So Zach invites him to Allison's party, thinking that it would be a good idea for them to go. Josh doesn't know yet, wanting him to leave. On his way out, Zach mentions that he forgot to take this message once again from our sponsors. And we're back. I genuinely did forget again. I'm sorry. On his way out, literally.
Great NyQuil promo there.
Probably. I have markers of when I'm supposed to hit the beats of when the thing is. I didn't put one here, so I didn't know when it was supposed to be, and I checked our timer, and we're over an hour in, and I was like, I was supposed to probably do this literally 15 minutes ago. Like, so
there you go.
Whatever, it's there now. Anyway, I digress. Zach is sitting on a hill before riding his bike down the area where Daryl's body is, but he doesn't. It's another dream. But instead of it Daryl's, he's thinking about it being Allison with just a bra and her underwear. They start passionately making out, turning it into to them having sex underneath the sword while Josh watches above them. His teacher, Miss Barron, who they also were talking about earlier in the movie of how how hot she is or whatever, wakes him up in class. Did you ever have a teacher that you had a crush on? Yeah. I did too. It was only in elementary school though. Her name was Mrs. K. Yeah, it was really early. It was Mrs. K was her name. No idea what she looks like now, but I had a crush on her, I guess. Oh no, I'm lying. I did have other crushes in for like high school and stuff for my teachers, but I also remember what she looks like because it was around the time Heroes came out, and she kind of looked like Hayden Panettiere.
Had a crush on her too, so that makes sense.
Still do. Allison mouths. Kirby. Allison mouths asking if he's okay. He promptly asks if he could be excused to the bathroom because he has a boner, as one of his classmates points out, and everyone starts laughing.
These are all weird scenes to have in this movie. I just gotta say.
He tries his best to clean his pants from his dream in the bathroom, and weird way of cleaning it. But anyways, he's doing it.
I was about to reenact it, and I'm not going to do that. No more gifts.
Yeah, no need, Freddie. No need.
Yeah,
it's all right. This is what I mean of like how much more impactful this movie would have been if we would have followed Josh.
100%.
Just to kind of like go a little bit ahead here. Josh goes manic and he starts killing people. We don't know why. Or see it. We literally don't know why he's doing this, but he kills John, apparently. He kills Allison's friend, Megan, and he tries to kill Allison by chopping her neck off from the nape of her neck. Like he literally puts her in the position of which I think was supposed to be almost like a callback to like those gore videos of when you would watch those like decapitation videos and shit. And he was trying to like, or no, I think he was more so trying to be like a samurai, like with honor and all this shit. Cause like he tied her up, he bounded her, and he forced her to be on her knees. And he was trying to initially chop her off from the nape of her neck. But we don't see that happen.
Yeah.
And we don't know why he's doing this. We don't know why he's doing this.
Seeing his perspective, seeing maybe even just flashes going into his head of the whole entire incident, him losing himself in video games, maybe even watching Twisted Metal and seeing him like kill other cars and just like really focus on that and just like him just, lose himself. But we don't get to see that. Yeah, it would have been a better story, I think, but
would have been a way more pleasant story instead of watching this guy having fucking wet dreams in class. Zach is listening to music in the library, removing one earmuff when he overhears a group of kids pissed that they have to have curfew due to Daryl missing. After an outburst from another student, the group what the fuck? What is going on in this school? The group of teens talk to like this was so stupid and unnecessary for this kid to have a fucking outburst.
For sure.
The group of teens talk about how Josh called his Spanish teacher a cunt 10 minutes prior. He was sent to the office, so that's exactly where Zach rushes toward. Once again, for what? While waiting in the office, he lies to the admin about being told to wait there for his mom to call. He spots Josh inside the principal's office, and that's it. Scene ends. That's the scene. That's literally the fucking scene.
It's a weird scene too because when he goes in there, like the receptionist,
they're like eyeing each other with like big eyes or whatever, and they're like shocked to see each other.
My mom told me to wait here. Okay.
And the admin's just like, all right, how? Like that's what I would have asked. Like, how did your mom tell you this? I received the phone calls. I didn't receive a call from your mom. Like, what? How did she tell you this? Like, but we don't get that. Sorry to just be kind of like shitting on this movie a little bit. No, it's just a lot of shit doesn't make sense. But there are some good parts in it, but it's just...
I would love, please, if you like this movie, let us know why. Because a lot of people obviously voted for it, which is, well, I'm not trying to say that.
It sounded like you were.
Why do you like this movie? How dare you like this movie? No, but like, if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, we might be in the wrong too. This is a highly rated film.
Yeah, it is.
So please enlighten us. Tell us why we're wrong.
And I did like this movie when I first saw it. That's the thing. Like I did really enjoy this movie when I first saw it. Like I thought it was pretty edgy and I thought it was a very dark movie.
Super
and
dark.
A pretty shocking movie. But upon this watch where I'm analyzing the movie, it falls apart for me. Like it just, as an analysis, it just everything kind of falls apart and you just start seeing things where just like none of this makes sense as to why the characters are doing what they're doing. Like the even the love thing with Allison and Zach, where Zach doesn't want to kiss Allison ever after we hear him kind of like admit that he's in love with Allison at the beginning of the movie. And now he has these moments, and granted, you can blame it on like, oh, he's feeling guilty, but it still doesn't make any sense as to then why do we keep getting these moments? Like, there's like 3 scenes of her trying to kiss him, and it's just they all end the same. Like
and for
none
her
of them
too, she keeps coming back. I'm just like, trust me, a teenage girl, like the one time you reject her, she ain't talking to you ever fucking
she's
again.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
done.
but she's like,
just like, all right,
respectfully,
like, your ship has sailed.
Respectfully, she's giving him space and like, all right, you need to do you right now. I understand that, which is phenomenal, which is great. But there's also scenes where like she slams the door.
We love a
she's
queen.
Like,
we love a queen who respects us. A little bodily boundaries, if you will.
Men are emotional too. We need our space sometimes. But there's
I
also
would
moments
argue that we're more emotional than women.
Oh, 100%.
So. Like, we are very emotional creatures who just try to hide it.
I'm just kidding.
I am unhappy right now.
Depression. Therapy is great.
Depression, depression, anxiety, start sprinkling all these different things that's wrong with us.
And start having a panic.
We're in therapy,
just talking about it. Yeah, we're in therapy.
We're in
great.
therapy. So there you go.
Everyone should be in therapy in this world.
Agreed. I genuinely think everybody should be in therapy. Nothing he can do but cut to Zach arriving at Allison's party. wow, this transition.
completely
Megan
forgot about the
surprises him. This transition,
shit.
what the fuck? Megan surprises him, sharing how Allison's party got an upgrade because her parents got sick. Like, okay, hold on, dude. Now I'm thinking more on the scene of the principal's office. Did he just leave? Did Zach just leave? Like, he didn't wait for Josh to come out so he can talk to him?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
They made this weird
Whatever.
eye contact, and then they're just like, all right.
And then we cut straight to Allison's party. I don't know, man.
Which I don't know why. I kind of felt offended. I was like, oh, I like going over to people's houses just to kick back and watch movies. I would have been pissed if I showed up and there was a party.
I would have been so fucking mad
As a cinephile who loves movies and just kicking back
I would have
and
been
forth.
like, dude, this is just too much for me. I would have been overwhelmed immediately walking into that goddamn place. Like, I was just like, this just isn't what I expected.
Like, damn you, Megan.
Tell Allison I said happy birthday. I'll see her tomorrow.
Yeah.
He seeks out Allison, finding her inside the shed with Josh, John, and a couple of other dudes. Josh gives her his brother's weed. She's stoked, leaving to see if Megan has papers. Zach pulls Josh aside, annoyed that he didn't tell him that he was coming to the party. Josh reminds him that he told him to come, and Zach points out noticing him at school on Friday before wondering about the weed gift. So that's another thing, is that like Josh is acting pretty nonchalant at this point.
Yeah. Which is what he should be doing. It's like everything's normal, everything's okay, but also does not do any favors for how his character acts out off screen.
I think it's just supposed to be like, oh, he's plotting, maybe. But once again, the movie does not tell us this, so we don't know. Allison and Megan come back with a Bible, and Josh goes back to enter the Puff Puff Pass circle. Allison hits it first, and Zach decides to cut out of the party early. First of all, as a person who used to smoke weed, I feel like a Bible paper would be a terrible choice for weed. That shit would burn
absolutely
so fucking fast.
Not only that, you're literally smoking the fucking ink off the fucking
You're
paper.
soaking ink. Yeah, exactly. Like that. It was just, oh my God.
I do like what they said though. It's like, it's okay. It's the beginning part. Like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's just like Book of Genesis.
It's just
Like,
the
what do
Book
you
of
what do you mean?
Genesis,
It's like, yeah, Megan, we can tell you opened up the first page. Like, what the fuck? Allison chases after him, wondering if he's okay. She didn't have like any other paper
or a fucking apple. Come on, get creative.
Yeah,
I guess they don't know how to
yeah.
smoke weed. I guess, but they're like, "Do you know how to roll?"
They're
like,
teens.
I think so.
Yeah.
That was a great impression.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what teenagers in high school would do. They would always smoke out of the apple and things like that.
Yeah.
But
soda bottles, random things. Yeah.
Yeah, the soda bottles was the clutch one for sure.
Yeah.
No idea what we're talking about. Allison chases after him, wondering if he's okay. He makes up a lame excuse to hide what's going on with him. She compliments his cast before inviting him back inside to smoke and relax. He admits to not smoking before she leans in a little too fast and they bump heads. They laugh a bit before he kisses her forehead and she leans in again. He slightly turns away, not giving her a reason. What? Dude, you fucking came on her again. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Anyway, he slightly turns away, not giving her a reason as to why he won't kiss her. He wishes her a happy birthday before going back home, and she was fucking bummed, dude. She was just like, damn, all right. That must have been such a
ruined
shot.
her birthday.
For real. That must have been such a shot to like her ego too, where it's just like, damn, the fuck? I thought, okay. like am I not pretty? Like am I not pretty? Like what
do
the fuck?
you want?
I know, exactly. Turn into the Notebook and shit. It's not that easy. The following morning, Zach learns that John died by jumping off a bridge last night. And we learn this because he was running, right? Is this the part where he's running? He's like running a mile or something like that. And then the cop cars, I can't remember. The classmates bring up that he was supposed to buy some weed from him after he met up with some supplier. Zach realizes that Josh was involved. Josh is the supplier. Anyway, cut to Zach and Allison hanging out and chatting about seeing John naked once. What?
Weird conversation.
What are we doing?
Makes no sense.
What are we doing in this movie? Another time for us to perfectly just be with Josh. Like, Josh had the most interesting story going on here. Zach's story and even Allison's story, that's fucking boring. Like, I don't care what is happening between these two. I don't care about their love triangle. It's dumb. It's dumb. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the point of it is just like high school love is stupid. And it's just I don't know. I don't know.
There's someone out there that's married to their high school sweetheart. They're like, it's not.
That's
stupid.
fine because you grew up with that, right? Like that's
Right.
fine if you're married to your high school sweetheart, because like you grew into a different person still,
Yes.
where you're just like you as another person, you're still in love with the person that your significant other has become. That's fine. That I don't have a problem with. But this bullshit, I have a problem with. He asked her if she has Charlie's sister's Carol's number, which this is the first time we heard her name pop up in the movie. She was always referred to as Charlie's sister, but he asked her, he's like, do you have Carol's number? And we were just left to know, like, who the fuck is Carol? Right,
that's fair. That's fair.
Who's Carol? What do you need her number for? She may have it at home writing her new number on his cast. She wants him to call her tonight, but wants to know why he wants it. He changes the subject to her smoking cigarettes. He walks her home, wondering if she finds what happened to John strange. She shrugs his death off due to a fall. What?
I love the line where she's like, I do care so much about it. And she's like, oh, I'm an awful person. Why wouldn't you care about a person dying?
Dude, you are an awful person.
Well, I
Not
guess you
just
called
any
yourself
person.
out
Like this,
for it, but that's why is this in the script in general? I'm just like, why? Question marks. I'm just like, at least you called yourself on it. I was just like, yeah, you, like a kid died and you don't care.
and not only
That's
just a
weird.
kid, like you knew him.
Yeah.
Like you knew him. I knew a couple of kids who died in my lifetime that I went to school with.
Same, yeah.
Unfortunately, and I remember there was this one kid. His name was Thomas. I'll never forget him. He was a good kid, and we were driving home. And mind you, context of the story, I grew up in the hood in San Francisco, and I grew up in a place called Hunters Point, Bayview Hunters Point, and in the 90s, Hunters Point was fucking bonkers. When I grew up there, I was driving home with my mom, and mind you, I'm like in third grade, and we see something, this car throw something out of the car and then speed off. Us not knowing what was going on, when we get closer, we realize it was a body. And when this is the first time I've witnessed death in front of me, and we get out, and my mom calls the police and stuff like that, and I realized that this was my classmate. This is my classmate Thomas, and he was into some pretty rough shit growing up too. Like he was selling drugs and shit even as a third grader, just fucking selling drugs. And I don't know what happened, and I don't even know if they ever caught those people, but like they had him in the car, shot him, and threw him out. Shot him in the fucking head, and they threw him out. And yeah, dude, that was rough.
Horrific.
But yeah, absolutely horrific. Like as a fucking 8-9-year-old kid seeing some shit like that was just brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Yeah. But he wonders if hold on, I need a second.
Yeah. No,
I need a second. That's something that will forever just like scar me.
Stay ingrained in your head. No, yeah.
That's
a lot.
brutal. I'm gonna take a deep breath and we're gonna jump back in. But he wonders if something else happened. She's curious if Zach thinks that John jumped, not understanding why he cares so much. She stops herself, thinking that she sounds like a dick. He apologizes for constantly bringing it up. She changes the subject, knowing that she's the cause of Zach and Josh's distance, kissing him on the forehead, admitting to liking him. How are we supposed to know that?
Yeah, it's like, I know everything. I know that he likes me too. I'm like, I don't even see moments that he's shown that he's liked you, but sure.
No. The only time that we have of him saying anything remotely of an attraction to you was when he was saying how much he wants to fuck her.
Right.
When
and literally they
were looking at the yearbook together. And that's it. Like we
even at the party version, like I don't see him like really doing anything.
I guess him giving the gift.
Yeah.
Like, because she mentions like, no one else gave me a gift. Like, you didn't have to do that. And he was like the only person to do it. Right. I think that was like supposed to be like a clear indicator of like, oh, he likes her. There you go. but it's not clear enough. She invites him inside, but he responds by not responding. Cool. Zach gets home, calling out to his mom, but she'll be home late, not wanting him to go anywhere. He takes a flashlight and rushes back out to the spot where he buried Daryl. Oh my God, I don't know why I twisted those both up. Immediately finding Daryl's picked at remains. At first it looks like it's an animal picked at, but when you look closely, you can see that there's multiple stab marks in his back.
Yeah, it's like slashes. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
like you can tell like,
it definitely looks like an
somebody
animal,
was
too.
practicing on his body. It does.
But-
Yeah. It looks because like he's missing fingers. He's
Right.
like, yeah, like that's a whole other thing. But like there's a bunch of slash marks on his back. Also, he's
Huge
out
gash on his head.
he's no longer buried. So
Right.
he's out of the leaves. Anyway. He searches inside the cave for the sword, but he can't find it. Back at home, he immediately calls Allison, frantically asking for Carol's number. She's annoyed, calling him an asshole before getting the number. He calls Charlie to tell him what he feels about Josh retracing all the weird shit that's going on. Charlie doesn't fucking believe him, feeling as if he's adding more and pinning this more onto Josh. No longer wanting to be involved, he demands that Zach not call him again. Later that night, Karen gets home, bringing Josh in with her. He wants to chat with Josh outside. Zach apologizes for ditching Josh at the party. Josh wonders if he's scared of him, and Zach brings up that he went back into the woods. He wants them to actually communicate and not just bump into each other, feeling as if they're in this together. Josh tries to change the subject, asking whose number he has on his cast. I think this is supposed to be another moment where he's just like a moment of jealousy because he knows he also has Allison's number because he's the plug now. So that's, I don't know. Like, I think that's what that was supposed to mean.
It's like,
of
okay.
like, oh, I know that number. Like, I know that's
Yeah.
Allison's phone number. Like, whose number is that? Trying to initially kind of get that out of him. But once again, it just lands flat here because Zach ignores it. He completely ignores the question and bringing up what possibly happened with John. Josh becomes offended, not accepting Zach's assurance on how he feels. This would have been a perfect moment for Josh to be like, technically, you fucking killed Daryl. You're the one who pulled the sword out of his neck.
Right. You're fucking everything up by calling me right now and visiting me at my school. You're going crazy. You're being like anxiety.
Well,
like,
right now
anxious.
he's talking to Josh.
Right.
Not talking to Charlie. But yeah. I mean,
yeah.
but yeah, it's just, I mean,
True.
But once again, that's not a detriment to you. That's a detriment to this confusing ass fucking movie. Calling out that Zach's always scared and how he's wrong about him before flinching at him. He did punk the shit out of him though. He's like, that's two. Like that's two. Like yeah, like, but yeah. Back inside, Karen is nervous that Josh left because of John and Daryl. I do think though Josh would beat the shit out of Zach. Like he just
yeah.
Yeah, he would fuck him up. Yeah. Even though they both look like they can't fight, but I feel like Josh would be better at trying to than Zach is.
Right. He's been playing Twisted Metal. He's pretty good. He's got strategies.
It's not even a fighting game.
He just like tosses things at him. It's like, cool, got him. Now I'll run him over with my body. Ugh.
It's like inching along. Like, don't you move.
You see this crowbar? Twisted Metal, baby.
Twisted
What?
Metal.
That makes no sense. Just like this movie.
Did you play Twisted Metal when you were younger?
Absolutely. I used to have it
Okay,
on my
who was your
PSP.
go-to character? Who was your go-to character?
Fuck, I forgot his name. Oh, Sweet Tooth was always my
Sweet Tooth?
favorite.
Yeah,
Also,
Sweet
the
Tooth
guy
was a
that
good
was
one.
in was there a hearse? Am I tripping?
There was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
there
using
was.
that car as well. Fuck.
I'm looking up the characters right now.
Which I actually love that they all have like lore. There's a whole story. There's
They
like
do.
the
They
One
have lore to
Wish.
them.
There's everything.
Yeah,
I love
there's
hearing
lore
the
to them.
backstories. Yeah,
Because like you get Sweet Tooth was the name because like each car had a name. So like Sweet Tooth was the name of the car because it was a ice cream truck, but Needles was the one who drives it.
right, the clown.
Pit Viper was one of my favorite ones because it was a girl driver and I thought she was so cool. Like I liked her one-liners. But you had Mr. Ash who drove like the truck which was really cool. He drove the dark side truck, so that was always fun. But yeah, it was some cool characters in this game. I remember this game.
They were so cool.
Yeah,
all of it.
So cool. So
it's literally the one guy that has literally 2 big wheels, and he's just like on a fucking Segway. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah. So good, man.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all the characters right now, and they're just cool looking too.
It was a good game. It was a good game.
They all look like they have
game.
different occupations, but drive cars that kill people.
Yeah, exactly. Great game. And I remember when they made the movie that was inspired by it, Death Race.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was and then they just made the show, and I didn't watch the show, but
2 seasons in, I heard it's good. Yeah,
I heard things about it. Wondering how she would feel if she were their mom. She wants him to hug her, telling him how much she loves him. This would have been a great moment to be like, "What's wrong? Something's obviously wrong. Like, fucking talk to me."
Yeah.
Zach looks at his yearbook in his room, finding John and Josh's picture. He thinks back about Josh on that day of Daryl's death. He rushes over to his house, banging on the door, but nobody answers. So then Zach grabs the key underneath the mat and just breaks into his house. Latchkey kids, there you go. He goes inside Josh's room, but he's not there. Zach searches frantically for something inside his room, finding the phone on the floor. He rushes to the caller ID, realizing that he spoke to Allison. Cool. Zach then rushes over to Allison's house, ringing and banging on the door. The door opens, but it's Josh at Megan's house where Allison is. This was a really cool edit. I like it.
Great transition, really cool. Yeah. Knock on the door, really cool it opens to someone else. Love it.
Yeah, really cool edit here. He shares that he has a surprise inside his beach towel. Megan invites him inside. Once again, he's their dealer now, right? So like that's the reason why he's there. It's not because Allison likes him. It's because he's giving them.
He's got the stuff. Yeah.
Right. And back at Allison's house, her brother opens the door, not giving a shit, but shares where Allison might be to the best of his knowledge. Back with Josh chugging a glass of milk while the girls awkwardly watch him.
Aggressively as well. Yeah.
It was weird.
It was
something else, man.
It's just like,
and villains, also, why would you ask
villains
for that?
Love milk.
You know what? I don't get it. I don't get the villainary aspect of what milk is supposed to do. It just has
fucking good calcium. You want to build good bones. That's it.
Yeah, you want to make sure your bones are ready for what's going to happen next. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah. I feel you.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah. And I'm still chugging it.
That's the real villain.
Watch closely. It's I feel like this aspect here though. There's aspects when it's done creepily, like Get Out, when her character name was it Rose?
Rose, yeah.
Just
her eating her cereal separately.
Her eating the cereal, then drinking the milk separately. Like that's very creepy. That's something that feels very like
and
ominous.
Symbolism that she's having the white milk separated from the colored cereal, and I'm just like
exactly. Like you got symbolism there with that.
Yeah.
But this, I think the aspect of this is supposed to be like a last grasp of innocence, because like kids drink milk. Right? Like that's just something kids do. Like kids drink milk all the time. And we had all those commercials, got milk and all this other stuff of like, oh, good source of calcium and strong bones and all this shit. Right. So I felt like that's what that was supposed to mean here is that like, it's his last, like him chugging his innocence down.
It's like, this all started with the milk carton to now.
Right. Exactly. Like, slicing milk cartons and stuff like that. No, I think you're onto something. Cause like
kids go missing to go on milk cartons. I don't know. The fuck. What is this movie trying to say? I don't know.
I don't know what it's trying to say. I don't know what it's trying to say, Freddie.
That's what it's trying to say.
Got milk.
Like, all right. So this for third act, we have this great opportunity to have a product placement for the Got Milk campaign. This was like the first commercial.
This is not the first time we've made this Got Milk joke.
Yeah. Well, the last time I think it was like a car.
It was with a car crash. It was with a car crash. Was the last time we made the Got Milk joke. Megan asks about. We've been doing this show for too long, obviously. Megan asks about the weed. He tosses it over to them, giving it to them on the house. He was like, "You can have it for free." Yeah. Allison seems weirded out by his demeanor, asking about Zach, but he won't be able to make it. Megan's ready to ablaze. I guess that was another thing. He might have promised, like, oh, Zach's going to come with me or something. Josh makes sure to grab whatever is wrapped inside his towel. Meanwhile, Zach is sprinting down the street searching for Megan's house, and I guess he forgot where it was. The girls are smoking, offering Josh some weed, but he declines. They ask about his surprise. He pulls out the sword. Handing it over to Megan as she plays around with it, Allison calls her Zelda, and he corrects her before finally taking a hit of weed. Megan continues twirling the sword around, having a good old time until Josh demands that it is his turn. The aspect of him correcting Zelda, that aspect was, I was just like, you know what? I would have done the same.
It's like, that's a cool. It's like, he's like, I'm really gonna kill you now. He's like,
yeah, he was just like,
still
you
maybe
know what?
thinking about it.
Now you guys are gonna die.
I was milking the idea about it, but now I'm for sure doing it.
How dare you mix up Zelda with Link?
It's fucking Link.
So, yeah. I played my first Zelda game actually last year. I've never played any Zelda games until Breath of the Wild.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was my first Zelda game. Played it, had a good time with it. I gave it a 7 out of 10, and like my wife's like heart like dropped because she was just like, "What the fuck? It's one of the best games," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "I'm sorry. I just think." It's like 7 out of 10 is still a good score, though. Like, you know, I'm still like, I still feel like that's a pretty good score. But I'm very excited for Ocarina of Time remake because that's going to be obviously my first time playing that. So I'm very excited for that. Zach runs up to the house, finding Josh's bike outside. He creeps into the house, hearing rustling and muffled screams upstairs, arming himself with the fireplace shovel. So there wasn't a fire poker. There wasn't knives.
There's a kitchen
inside of the kitchen. There, a shovel. Great.
This is a little small one too. The little like iron square little.
This
shovel.
is gonna go great for him, Freddie.
Yeah.
The muffled screams become louder as he opens the door to Megan's room. The room filled with blood on the fucking mirror. It's on the walls. It's on Megan. Allison is bound and gagged on the floor while Megan is dead with a stab wound on the bed. Josh slams and locks the door. Zach uses everything but his foot to try to get the door open.
I kind of like how like the door was already open, and he's like, "You caught me!" And it's like fucking slams the door shut and like locks it. Shut. He's like, "Well, fuck! Now I can't get in." It's like, and this shovel did nothing.
It's also one of those dainty doors that you can unlock with like a hanger. It was one of those. Sure. He runs outside screaming for help before getting atop of the roof and breaking the window into Megan's room. Josh runs out of the room and Zach finds Allison sobbing while bound by the mirror. He unties her and lies her down as she sobs, holding her stomach. It's not clear until later, but he stabbed her in the stomach and he tried chopping her head off, but he only got through a little bit of the nape of her neck because it's not a real sword. It cannot do that. It's not that sharp. So it would have taken him a few more whacks to probably get that done. But he was in the process of trying to cut her head off, which dark as shit.
For sure. Super dark times.
He searches for Josh, finding him running toward him with the sword, trying to get the door open. Would you have gone after Josh, or would you have just tried to help her out of the window? And be like, let's get the fuck out of here.
I think I would have helped her out the window, to be honest.
I think I would have helped her out.
Or have her even team up with me, 2v1. I don't know, but like,
yeah.
Well, no, she was like pretty traumatized, so I guess she.
No, she was fucked up. Yeah, there was no way she would have been able to fight back.
I would have maybe locked the door then and be like, "We're staying here until like the cops come" or something like that. I don't know, to be honest.
Keep screaming out of the window for help, maybe.
You know what?
That probably,
I would never be in this situation, so I don't have to think about it.
You and me both, Freddie. He searches for Josh, finding him running toward him with the sword, trying to get the door open, but Josh hits it shut. Using the shovel to block his hits, fucking up when he turns around, getting hit in the back. Like, dude, you were doing so good.
It got him. It got him good, too. Moment.
Oh, it got him good. Like, it connected.
Dude, his friend is such a backstabber, little fucker.
Another blow, but his cast protects him enough to not die from getting struck in the head. Great scene, too, because, like, when it gets stuck, like, he's holding it here, and it just enough to slice through his head. Really, really cool stuff here. He doesn't understand why Josh is doing this, but none of us do. But all of us, all he wonders is if she's dead. Zach tries to stall by reminding him that they're friends, which didn't do it long enough. He makes another run for it.
He did the month title. Are we friends?
Josh meets him around the door, slicing him in the back yet again, then coming outside to stab him in the leg on the lawn. Mind you, there's a little girl across the street watching. Where are her parents? She's like little. She's like maybe
everyone's parents?
7 or 8. That's true. Yeah. Where are the parents in this fucking movie? They're out of budget. He gets the sword out from his leg by biting Josh on the hand. Josh gets the upper hand though, choking Zach until a neighbor runs over and grabs him off. Zach then punches Josh in the face before passing out until the cops come. Fade to Zach being worked on the trunk of the police car by an EMT because I assume they just didn't have a budget for an ambulance.
A real hospital? It was like he literally got stabbed through the leg.
Yeah, and she was like, and she's asking him all these questions. Like, he was stabbed in the leg.
And slashed all over his back.
What are you talking about?
And gashed on his face.
This dude's fucked up. He's fucked up right now.
They're just like, just sit here. Don't go to the hospital.
Yeah, don't do any of that. He wonders if Allison and Megan are going to be okay. Megan dead. But she ignores him as she continues asking him questions. Allison comes out of the stretcher. Her brother, who's there as he silently apologizes, and he's like losing his fucking mind. Zach looks over at Josh in the backseat of the cop car, cuts to Allison taking a shower before driving to school. She takes her stuff out of her locker before going to class. She covers her scars as another student is looking at it on the back of her neck before raising her hand to answer a question from the teacher, then credits.
I don't understand the ending as well. I was just like, there's no resolution, really, as well. We don't know the aftermath of everything that's happened. And her answering the question, I'm just like, that's what we're ending it on? Okay, I guess. I was like...
That's what we're ending it on. I feel like it was supposed to be some type of aspect of her... Oh, shit, dude, I don't know.
It would have been cool if, like, the teacher's like, and that's why survival in the wild is so important. Does anyone feel some type of way about it? And she, like, raises her hand. I don't know, make it a little bit more relatable of, like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's like, does anyone know this answer?
Instead of her going back to normalcy, I feel like they should have had it in, like, a good twist of, like, making it seem like she's going to school, but in reality, she's going to, like, group therapy, like, group trauma therapy.
Sure.
I felt like that would have been a better twist of like, oh, she's dealing with this shit. Instead of it being like, I dealt with this trauma experience. It's scarred on my body and mind for the rest of my life. Yet I'm going to get my sense of normalcy back. I think that's what it was trying to say. Like a positive message of like, no matter what you can go through, you can always find normalcy in it or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that's the movie.
Super Dark Times.
Super Dark Times, baby, is dark and it's super.
I can't see.
Can't see. Daylight savings, you know. But that's the movie. There are no movie facts for this movie. So that's that. But before
that's that.
But we would love to know what you think about Super Dark Times because we want to keep the conversation going, and you can do so by either leaving us a comment inside of the comments below on YouTube, inside of Spotify, and on our Patreon or on Discord. So we got lots of places for you to talk to us about this movie, and we would love to hear from you. Did you like this movie? Did you not like this movie? Did you used to like this movie, and because of this conversation, you now hate this movie? I don't know, but we want to know. So we can do that. Before we go ahead and share what the next film is, we want to give a very special shout out to our patrons, and we're going to have our community manager, Allison, not Allison in the movie, but our Allison, in her eyes, spelled correctly. Go ahead and take care of that for us right about now.
Welcome back to Patreon Shoutouts. Thank you so much to our ghouls and knights and everyone in between. We love you so much and appreciate the continued support. Here are this week's Patreon shoutouts. Gia, Avery, Kevin, our aging knight, Farah, my toilet bestie. Don't forget, we are doing New Moon very soon, and I think by the time this comes out, we might have already watched it. Sergio, Jasmine, Kadrea, Samantha, Dim, Alondra, Johnny, one of our resident gamers and recent birthday boy, Kelly, Rain, Carrie, Chantal, and OG, and Joe, another one of our resident gamers, and also he helps me host the watch parties every Friday at 6 p.m. on our Discord. If you haven't joined, make sure you join. Also, a very, very special shout out to Ripley, a new Patreon shout out member. Bow, bow, bow. We love you so much, Ripley. Your beautiful face always makes us smile. Thank you so much for your love and support. Can't wait to give you a shout out every week.
Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. It honestly means a ton for us. We've been getting a lot of super cool and fun traction on Patreon lately, so if you are not on our Patreon, now's a really great time for you to join us. Remember, you do not have to also pay for every single aspect of our Patreon. If you still want to just kind of be a part of the community a little bit, we do have free options as well for Patreon, so we would love to just have you involved and kind of joining in and some stuff. And even then, if you also like what you are seeing on Patreon and you want to kind of experience more, we do have obviously tiers where you can have more of pretty much nightlight related stuff where we literally are having reactions to trailers. We're having watch alongs on there. I just recently watched Warnings and The Chair, which is Curry Barker's short films. We have
good.
Night Owl, which is kind of our video essay format. It's a scripted video essay format show as well. So we got a whole bunch of stuff that's happening over there. We also have Freddie's interviews as well. And those interviews are actually video format. So that's the only way you can get Freddie's video formatted interviews are on our Patreon. So by all means, there's a lot of great stuff on there if you want to kind of join in and see what's available to you and what you might like. So there you go. But the next month is going to be End of Innocence horror, which I'm very excited to go ahead and talk about. This is going to be called The Last Summer. Dun, dun, dun. Not every movie is going to fall in summertime, so fair warning about that. It's just the fact that it's August when we're doing it, so summer's almost done. But the film that we're going to be covering is a first watch for me, but that's been on my list for years, Cherry Falls. Very excited to finally mark this one off my list.
Same.
Awesome. You and me both, my friend. You and me both.
Yeah.
I'm very stoked. But this was Nightlight, a horror movie podcast. I was one of your hosts, Prince, also known as Head Knight. Alongside me, we had Freddie.
Keeping things spooky.
Always and forever. Also known as 99. With your help, we can reach more ghoulish knights with your recommendation for the show. If your podcast app allows you to rate the show, consider us give us a 5-star rating, as it honestly does help us out a ton. Also, make sure you subscribe and also like the videos on YouTube as well. So it also helps us out a lot. For extra horror-related content, you can head over to patreon.com/nightlightpod. That's night with a what? Ooh. Falsettos. Boop. Remember, everybody, don't forget your nightlight.